The idea of retard maxing is actually very impressive and it makes a lot of sense. Because a lot of people, especially, people who think they're too smart, people who think they're too smart, or maybe they are smart, right? I mean, they're smart for a reason. Smart in societal standards, meaning to say they do a lot of research, they do a lot of analyzing, they do a lot of evaluating. They always do a lot of researching. And then, most importantly, when you do research, what does it mean? They're just basically overthinking, overanalyzing. When you overthink and you overanalyze, you tend to not get shit done. Because researching and doing all those thinking stuff, right? Analyzing, weighing out the pros and cons, all those good stuff. It's good, it's important, don't get me wrong. But the most important thing that's gonna move the needle is to actually put into action. Is to put into action and then from there on you get the results and then you see what you have to do next. It's just like for me, for example, back then when I was getting to the whole, online business of things, I was doing dropshipping and I took almost like a year of researching, of analyzing, right? Because in school, right, you're taught to research, study, analyze, prepare for PowerPoint slides, right? Prepare for projects, and projects are just researching. And then at the end of the day, we're just presenting it, presenting our findings, presenting our research to the teachers, to the professors, and whatnot. And then at the end of the day, just research, right? We're not actually putting in action. And if you think about it, I think the projects should actually include taking action as well. I mean, I'm pretty sure some of those other projects for certain courses, they do include that. But at least for my course, I was in the business school. It was just mainly researching. It was all researching. That's it. That's all there is to it. And then once we are done researching, we are done. We are being graded with the project, with the research. There's no action involved. So with that being said, it's just like, we're being trained mentally to just do research, to just do as much research as possible. The more research we do, the more we think that we are being productive. And then we think that we are doing something already. And we think that that's all there is to it. It's just research and research and research. And just overthink and overthink and overanalyze. And not putting any action. Right? That's the thing. So, retard maxing, man. Retard maxing. I love it. I love the sound of it. Just don't think, right? Just do it. So back to my story of the dropshipping thing. I analyzed, I studied, I researched, I watched a ton of YouTube videos of those dropshipping gurus. I watched a lot of them, researched for almost a year. And then I still didn't feel like I was ready. I still didn't feel like I was ready to pull the trigger. Because I was afraid, right? I thought that all I need to do is to research more and then I have to get ready. I want to be more mentally prepared. And then I will finally pull the trigger. So I've been researching for over a year. I've been like doing all those product research. I've been like thinking about what kind of advertisements I want to make for my Instagram advertisement, Facebook advertisement, TikTok advertisement. I've been doing all of that for almost a year. It's crazy, right? Imagine a year if I were to launch a store, a Shopify store. I might lose money, sure, but at least I get results. At least I have data to work with, and that's the main thing. We need data. Okay, we need the data, and then from there on, we can devise the next course of action. Because if you don't have data, then what are we doing? Right? We're just like imagining. We're just hallucinating, right? So the main thing is don't research too much. Just be a retard. Just be a retard and just go ahead and do things. Don't think. Don't think and just do. And then get the results from it. And then you think about it again once you get the results. Right? Simple as that. Isn't it better? I feel like that is like the better way to live life. And it's not just being applied to business side of things. When it comes to fitness, when it comes to relationships, when it comes to almost everything in life, man, don't think too much. Because the more you think, the more time you're going to waste. And time is the most important thing, right? So don't think, man. Just pull the trigger, make mistakes. I mean, that's the whole point of living. Because I have a lot of friends. I'm pretty sure most of you guys also can relate. I'm pretty sure maybe you guys are even one of them. Maybe you guys are even one of them. You guys do a lot of talking. A lot of talking, a lot of yapping, a lot of thinking, a lot of dreaming, right? A lot of you guys are like telling your friends that you want to do this, you want to do that, you want to achieve this, you want to achieve that. But at the end of the day, you're just doing all the talking. And then I'm like, oh, one day, bro, one day, man, just one day. One day I'm gonna start that business, man. Bro, one day I'm gonna do it. Bro, one day I'm gonna talk to that girl. Bro, one day I'm gonna start going to the gym. Bro, one day I'm just gonna start doing my diet. Sounds familiar, right? Sounds familiar? A lot of my friends, they're always telling me, like, bro, I want to do this, I want to do that. I want to go to the gym. I want to get six pack. I want to get a girlfriend this year. And then 5 years later, nothing, no action. Just talking. Just thinking too much. And sure enough, when I asked that friend, when I asked him what is he worried about, what is stopping him, he's just overthinking, overanalyzing. That's what he literally said to me. And then when I asked that friend, like, why is he contemplating, why is he overthinking, he just said that he's lazy. And then he always used laziness as an excuse. He's like, oh, because I'm just lazy, bro. I'm just very lazy. If I'm not lazy, I'm gonna be able to achieve every single thing in life. I will be the president. I'll be an astronaut. I'll be a surgeon. I'll be a doctor. But man, I'm just too lazy, man. I just can't do anything because I'm too lazy, bro. And I don't have the time. Like, think about it. Whenever someone says that, you just want to slap them, right? Just want to give them a freaking bitch slap, man. And give them a freaking hook and a cross to the face to wake them up. It's so annoying to hear that, isn't it? Oh, bro, I'm just too lazy, man. But I want to do this. I want to do this. I want to do that. But oh man, I'm just too lazy. How would you feel? How would you feel if you're that friend? How would you feel if you're the person listening to it as well? Annoying, right? So, being the good friend that I am, I try to give that friend advice. I try to motivate him. I literally even give him like step by step actions, like what you should do to start dating, to at least get a girlfriend. Not even to get a girlfriend, at least just to have the first date and what to even do and say in the first date. I literally told him everything. He's my good friend, right? He's my day one, but I can only help so far, right? I can only help so much. I even brought him to the gym as well because he was like, "Oh man, bro, I want to start the whole self improvement thing, man. Give me help. Show me the ways, man." So, I mean, I've been doing all this self improvement shit ever since I was a teenager. When I was like, what, 14 years old, 13 years old or so. I'm doing them. Asking me about books to read, what he should start with. So obviously I'll just ask him to go to the gym, start lifting with me, and then read some books, and then try to change his habits. But he doesn't change anything, right? Because he always thinks too much. He's afraid. He's afraid that what if things go wrong? He's afraid of rejection. He's afraid that he'll fail. And sure enough, he's a grade A student. In school, he always does well, right? He passes his examinations. He's a good boy. That's all I gotta say. He's a classic good student, a classic good boy who just listens to whatever it is that the higher ups tells him to do, and he just do it. Like a good student he is. So he's afraid of failure. I mean, if you think about it, it all really stems from your background and your upbringing. Simple as that. So the more you think, the more you research, the more you study, the more you don't fail, you're not gonna do anything. You're not gonna dare to try anything as well. And is that what you want? No, right? Because if you really want to achieve something else, which I'm pretty sure most of you guys, if not everybody in the world, actually wants to achieve more than what they have in their current situation, then you have to be willing to try. You need to be daring enough to try. You need to go out there and make mistakes and fail. You have to. I failed in a lot of online businesses. Seriously, I failed a lot. A lot. Yeah, a lot of stuff. Not just online business, relationships, right? Fitness, a lot of stuff, man. Like, you have to try stuff. You have to try stuff, and then you fail. You learn from it. You don't make the same mistakes, obviously, because if you were to make the same mistakes, then what's the point? Then you are just a fool, right? You're not learning from your mistakes. Because the whole point of failing is to learn from the mistakes and then come back stronger and do things better. I'm not gonna lie, I'm still a work in progress. It's not like I've got everything figured out. I've not. I'm still learning, especially for this, content game as well. I'm still learning as well. Even though I've been content creating for a year or so, yeah, this is actually another channel. Yeah, this is not my first channel. So I'm still learning. I'm not gonna lie, I'm still learning. Right, I'm still failing, I mean, at the time of this recording, at least my channel is still like, what, less than 10 subscribers. Seriously, less than 10. Me saying this, I feel a little bit embarrassed to say so, but screw it. Retard maxing, right? Just do it. Don't be afraid. Everybody starts from somewhere. Everybody starts from level 0, level 1. So you go from there. You have to start somewhere. Everybody starts from level 1. Nobody starts from level 10. Well, arguably you can start from level 10 if you have a silver spoon, right? And that's a different story. But unfortunately, most of us aren't, right? So try things out. Retard max, make mistakes, and learn from them. That's how you grow as a person. That's how you evolve as a person. You cannot be afraid. You really cannot be afraid, because if you're afraid, you're going to be afraid for the rest of your life, and then you're going to just have more and more regrets. And then when you have more and more regrets, you're just going to be more and more sad. And is that the way you're going to live your life? Just be sad every single day and have a lot of regrets at your deathbed? And then when you are, the typical saying, right? The richest place is not in the banks or not. I mean, I think the saying is like, the richest place is not in people's bank account, but is in the in the cemetery. Yeah, because all of the hopes and dreams are being unfulfilled. They're not being realized from those people when they're alive. So all those hopes and dreams, those rich thinking, those rich ideas, right? That could have been ideated, that could have been realized, they go unrealized. So they all die with them. They all die with the people buried in the cemetery. That's sad, don't you think so? That's crazy, right? So don't be one of them, man. Don't be one of them. You don't really have to succeed as well. You don't have to succeed, but all I say is you need to at least try. At least try. Even if you try and you fail, that's the best. I have more respect for the people who try and fail than the ones who don't even try at all. At least you try and fail. It's okay. That's even better. I applaud you for that. It takes courage. It takes balls to do that. It takes courage to do that. To at least fail. To even fail. To even try. Right? So, moral of the story, do things before you regret. Try things, in life, because life is all about experiences, right? Everybody talks about, the intangible side of things when it comes to life. The intangible things arguably outweighs the tangible things. I mean, you can have all those cars, watches, houses, but the most important thing is memories, right? The intangible stuff. That's what, brings you the most joy, arguably. That's what I would say. So, in order to have that, what you gotta do? Experiences, memories, doing things with your loved ones, doing things for yourself, doing things with people, the people around you. That's a better life, don't you think so? That is a better life, don't you think so? So go ahead and retard max to the max for the rest of your life. Obviously, don't do stupid things. I'm pretty sure most of you guys understand what I mean. I don't really have to spell everything out. Do things, don't be afraid to fail. Failure is the best teacher. School is not the best teacher at all. We are being taught to not fail, right? Getting great C's and D's and E's and F's is a bad thing. Arguably, it's the best thing. So that's how we learn, right? Going to school, they always tell us not to fail, not to make mistakes. But that's life, isn't it? It's all about making mistakes. It's all about failing and then learning from it and then coming back stronger. That's how you gain experience. That's how you gain memories, good or bad memories. They are arguably bad memories are good memories as well. Because 10 years down the road, even if you have bad memories at that point of time, you will think that it is a good memory because it put you in the position where you are today. Hopefully it's in a better position. That's what I mean. All right. So me as well. I'm still a work in progress, like I said, and I'm gonna carry on retard maxing all the way. All right, all the way. All right. So if you guys are interested in retard maxing in all of your areas in your life, mainly about self-improvement, fitness, health, wealth, relationship, happiness, all those good stuff, click the first link down below and let's all retard max all together down below. All right, so see you guys inside.